Oh, I'm the internet and I'm okay. I'm Jupiter at night and I'm live. Hooray!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jupiter at Night. My name is Chris.
My name is Jeremy.
Yo there, J-Man.
Hi there.
All right, tonight's episode, we'll talk a little bit about online music streaming.
There's a very good reason for this.
We were absolutely inspired by Get ready for the underwhelming presence of our brand new live audio streaming page.
That is the most beautiful website I have seen since GeoCities.
It's even more ugly.
You need to add one of those construction guys.
First of all, it's way too much white in your face, and I totally apologize for the amount of white that page puts in your face. But to be honest with you, it was because we wanted a low bandwidth, easy for your phone to consume version of our page. So what do you think? Works?
Yeah, absolutely works. And
go over
actually,
to jupiterbroadcasting.com/listen. For that,
LISTEN for those of you that may be spelling impaired.
And then if you've got a smartphone of some type, you hit a URL in there, there'll be a link, and then you will start receiving Jupiter Broadcasting's live audio stream on your cell phone. So you can listen while you're on the road, you can listen to our reruns if we're not live, whatever you like. And it's neat. I'm using Stream Furious on my HTC Android right now to stream this.
I should set some sort of thing up on mine, huh?
Yeah. They have tons of apps for the iPhone, tons of apps for Android. Stream Furious, though, is the one I really like for Android, and I'll probably talk about that in a future.
So because of that stream, we are more live now than we have ever been before.
We're super live.
We're like uber live.
We're live without video now. We're like a radio station now.
Why do we have a camera on then?
Well, for the TV station.
No, if we get rid of that, I can not wear pants and
stuff.
Dude,
we're not wearing pants now.
Right.
Let's talk about online streaming, though, because besides our awesome live stream, there are some other really cool live streaming services.
I think the most popular from everybody out there that I've been talking to seems to be Pandora.
Oh,
you are a big Pandora user. I know that Alan that is sometimes on the show is a big Pandora user as well. I just got into it, just started to get into it. So I can definitely see some really serious pros about like doing this.
I mean, to be honest with you, my personal opinion is going to be biased tonight towards Pandora, because out of all of the ones that we're talking about tonight, I've definitely used Pandora the most. I signed up for their pro service, so I don't have any ads.
Relatively cheap. You have to pay for a whole year. It's $36, but that's a whole year. That means it's only $3 a month.
Yeah.
Some of these others are more expensive than that.
So as a Pandora newbie, dude, what'd you think?
I'm really impressed with the brain.
Yes, they
call
the
it service.
Like they say they understand music's DNA.
Music's DNA. Well, just as an example, I went through here tonight, and on all of these services we'll talk about, I set them up with the same song to start with. That's Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'."
Of course,
because
naturally,
So if you check out some of these great songs that it's come up with on,
interesting. I think the first
Pandora,
song I brought up was Queen, and
we've got
"We Will Rock You."
Girl, "Carry On My Wayward Son," Jack and Diane, "Free Fallin'."
They're definitely getting the theme right. Yeah, I like the
Yeah, it's like power ballads. It nailed it. It knew exactly what I loved about that song.
Yeah.
This is a great station. I'm keeping this.
But interestingly enough, you haven't gotten Journey's "Don't Stop Believing."
No, in fact, the only Journey that I've gotten is "Separate Ways." Good song, but it's not "Don't Stop Believing." Weird.
Yeah. That's just the way it works. It's a licensing thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're only allowed to play a certain amount of songs a certain amount of times.
So like that song might have been played too many times, so even though I type it in, they're already at their quota.
And in order to allow them to give it up for free, some people you got to pay them to give it up. But Pandora, they give it up for free if you want.
Yeah.
And I think there's also additional restrictions there. I don't know all the details.
If you go back to my screen, I'm actually trying out their premium service. They give you a 2-day free trial or something. Usually this right-hand side would have ads and things like that. So and that's how they make the revenue.
Oh, I see.
And
but
support
instead,
the bandwidth.
They're welcoming you to Pandora One.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Pandora One includes some nice features, like you get more skipping abilities. There's no ads. And the application they include is an Air app, which is good and bad. You need Adobe Air, but it also means it works on Mac, Linux, or Windows.
Yeah. Now, you can't actually play this outside of your browser without paying it for it. You can't get the download without
Unless you got the app for your phone.
That's true, but there's also a free app on the iPhone that you might end up downloading that has actually audio ads.
Yeah.
That come in like between the songs.
Yeah, the Pandora, that's no good.
No.
It's still better than radio.
Dude, yes. Totally better than radio.
Now, here's what's interesting. Okay, so I've got... I'm a big-time... I mentioned before I'm a big-time Pandora user, and I actually canceled my Sirius XM service for Pandora.
Well, satellite radio, you went for Pandora instead.
It's just not good enough compared to Pandora.
Well, and plus satellite, somebody else is choosing your playlists.
True.
Whereas with Pandora, you've got...
It's a big selection, but true.
Yeah.
True. And with Pandora, you can connect out through Bluetooth. And one of the other nice things is if you go in, I don't know if everyone knows this, but go into the preference settings of Pandora and set that audio quality to high. Now, be sure you have a good data plan when you do that, but I think that takes you up to 128 kilobit stereo MP3 stream.
Nice.
On your phone.
Yeah.
That does sound better than XM. I guarantee you, if you listen to them side by side, it's great.
That's really good.
So, and you get the Pro version, no ads.
Yeah. Now, there are a few things that I think Pandora lacks. When I was looking for a music streaming service, I wanted to be able to share... I mean, I have pretty eclectic tastes. But if I could find somebody with similar music tastes...
Or if you could share with your band.
Yeah, that's another thing as well.
Yeah, you could do like a group for your band would be cool, but Pandora doesn't really have any.
No.
That's kind of where Lastfm fits in, though.
Absolutely. Lastfm is kind of built around this musical, social interaction thing. Where
yeah, there's a couple of like Jupiter Broadcasting groups out there. I know there was a Linux Action Show group, and I think there's some other ones out there for like Jupiter Broadcasting fans.
Yeah.
I've never gotten big into Lastfm.
No, neither have I. I tried it out for a little while. I found their music selection on some channels actually pretty lacking. Plus, sometimes you get weird stuff like this. Well, this is an ad.
But but the ad takes over the whole page.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
it interrupts and all this stuff. But it's a totally free service,
and
there's no way to pay for it.
It has some downloads for your desktop that plugs in with some popular desktop music jukeboxes.
Yeah, they have a download that you can put onto your computer that does a thing that they call scrobbling, where it actually looks at your entire music library from Windows Media Player or iTunes or whatever you have, a Winamp or something like that, and it actually goes through your entire library and kind of categorizes all of your music.
Builds a profile about you.
Builds you a recommendation channel. Now, I tried to do that. I don't have enough music on my... Because I just got a new computer. I don't have all my stuff on there.
It keeps you in sync. So Lastfm kind of figures out what music you like by your play counts.
Yep.
And the problem is, and this is always the problem with streaming music, is there's a disconnect between when you play it in the cloud off of your web browser and then you play that same song on your desktop. The two never meet.
Right.
Lastfm can sync those two up so that play counts in your desktop software count in their cloud math too.
Kind of cool.
That's really cool.
I don't know what to think about this though so far because I switch over to this real quick.
The music video there?
I put on Don't Stop Believin' on this one, and the entire recent track list is
indie stuff.
I've never heard of any of this.
I'm not a big Lastfm user, so I'm not sure if that's the driver or if that's the car.
I don't know.
That might be the car. I'm not sure. I'm implying you're stupid.
Well, that would be the driver then.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, too. It might be the car.
But if it was that, if I could just type in a band name and it not do what I want it to do, then that's a little bit of both of us, I think. Yeah. I could have noticed that it wasn't. Well, same with
Pandora, you type in a band name, you get the essence of what you're looking for, I guess.
Right.
You have to be prepared with the mindset that you're not going to get that song.
Right.
And that's fine. Lastfm and Pandora, they're not exactly always mainstream though, with always the most current. And I think there's another streaming service we could talk about that kind of fills that gap, and that's iHeartRadio.
Well, now iHeartRadio is kind of different because it's actually kind of a movement that sprung out of
from radio stations, and that's. But the benefit is, you could go to our local hip hop music station, and you would get that music that's on the air right now. So
now, not every station is there, but many of them are.
With Lastfm, you're not always getting the most current stuff.
That's true.
So that
and like I mentioned earlier, their library is not always up to snuff, even on
iHeartRadio. You don't get to pick the song either.
No.
Or Slacker is another example you don't. But I like Slacker quite a bit. But iHeartRadio, you do get more mainstream stuff.
One of the really great things about iHeartRadio is that if you actually get that and you love a local station, like maybe you love their afternoon show, their talk radio guys or something like that, you can listen to that anywhere across the country while you're traveling.
Or if you just hear about a station in Philadelphia, I'd love to listen to.
Actually, we have a local country station. Yes, I listen to country. A local country station here that doesn't come in well at my house.
Oh, yeah.
But it's on iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
So I've got flawless signal quality.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That is nice. Okay, now, can you school me a little bit on Grooveshark? Because Grooveshark is one that I've heard a lot about. And you go over to listen.grooveshark.com.
Yeah.
And I'm a complete Grooveshark noob.
I was before I started doing the research for this show. I started using Grooveshark this afternoon at around, 3 o'clock, so about 5 hours ago.
That's funny.
Didn't turn it off.
Really?
It was awesome.
Better than Pandora?
Good. I would use them both in tandem with each other because Pandora, like for one thing, Pandora you can set up separate channels. Like I'm in the mood for this.
Yeah, I love that.
And you have a whole channel.
I got a Tom Petty channel. I got a mood
I didn't
music
see
channel.
a way to do that in Grooveshark. Now I'm still a noob with it, so I could be wrong.
Okay.
But let me just give you a look over here at their UI.
It's kind of looks like a desktop application.
It's clean. This list down at the bottom is the list of all the songs that it's been playing. You see, "Don't Stop Believing" is there on the far left, and I hearted it.
They were able to play that song directly.
Yeah,
and I do know that's like one of their things is you can go direct to music, which is cool.
Yeah, so this has their own selections of songs that they've come up with as being like.
So then they took it from there.
Mm-hmm. And they just keep playing because I've got radio mode on. So it's kind of like the Pandora brain. I find this is less intelligent. Oh, it's a little off sometimes so far. Like, well, it just is. You're going to have to trust me on that one. Yeah, but it also has a lot of... the library of Grooveshark is enormous.
Oh, yeah?
Unbelievably gargantuan. Just huge.
Not just commercial, not just indie, but a good combo? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
And B-sides. And the extra tracks from CDs that never make it on the radio.
No,
I put in a country artist earlier and was getting my entire list because that track that I put on was one of the lesser known tracks. Every track that I came up with on my list was a lesser known track.
So what's the hook for Grooveshark? What's the catch? Is there a payment method or
you can pay for it?
Is it just that really big ad on the right hand side of the page?
Well, that probably makes up for a lot of it. I'm not really sure. I love the UI.
It seems like an access to a library like that must cost them a ton of money.
I don't know what's going on with it, but
it's cool. I'm going to check it out.
There's also a community that I haven't been able to look into. It might even rival Lastfm. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm really impressed with it.
Could be a good combination of the community from Lastfm and the music DNA from Pandora.
Yeah.
And of course, they can always improve their algorithm. And maybe by the time you rate more things, it'll get more accurate. That's one thing that's true for Pandora. You hone it over time, for sure.
Yeah. And the more you use it, the better it is for you.
Yeah. So, all right. Cool.
This was a great, though. I would recommend Pandora probably first. It's actually cheaper as well. This is like $6 a month for one version.
Oh, so
and
$9
has a
pay
month.
Method?
It does. This version that you're looking at is free.
Oh, okay. So I was asking.
But there's also let me see here.
So they have a $9 version?
6 months, $6 a month for an ads-free client on your desktop. $9 a month is their mobile thing. $9 a month for a mobile streaming thing is really expensive. I'm hoping that that's because they know how gargantuan their library is, but that's too much to pay in my opinion.
Do you suppose it says with account syncing? Do you suppose that means you can...
Yeah, that you can sync it to a desktop app.
Like you get local copies of that music?
No, probably not that, but it knows your preferences.
Oh, kind of like I was talking about with Lastfm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
you got to pay the $9.
DNA. Yeah.
You got to pay the $9 a month for that. That's a little steep.
It is
for music. Because that's almost the price of an XM service or something like that.
Yeah.
But interesting. So we've covered Pandora, we've got Grooveshark, iHeartRadio, Lastfm. Any others?
Well, there's a few that our community has brought up that I haven't tried out.
I mentioned Slacker real quick. Yeah.
Launchcast got bought out by Yahoo, and that was just Yahoo Music, and apparently is still pretty decent.
Probably.
Although I went over to their site real quick, and it was just ads everywhere.
It's always so busy.
There's One Club FM, and of course there's Sirius and XM, like you talked about.
And the one nice thing I'll mention about Sirius XM is that you also get, in conjunction with your satellite subscription, they do include a desktop streaming.
Yeah.
So you can play it through your web browser. They don't make all, at least as of like a year ago, they didn't make all of their different channels available. Some stuff they didn't have rights to.
Right.
But all the stuff they had rights to, you could stream on your computer, which is kind of a cool bonus.
But if you can get better quality stuff from your phone than you can get from satellite radio, that's just a no-brainer.
Satellite radio might have things like Howard Stern or the Oprah network. I don't know. Opie and Anthony. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things that I touched on it earlier for the iHeartRadio app, Talk Radio.
Yeah.
There are quite a few. I mean, we're technically talk radio if you think about it. But our show wouldn't really show up on any of these apps.
J-Man, we're talk radio now because we have a live streaming site for audio only, and it really is like radio. So I'd love to hear your feedback on the site. Obviously, it's fugly. We're working on that. The whole idea was low bandwidth, people. We wanted it to load as snappy as possible on whatever
including
phone
on your phone, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a 64 kilobit mono stream, so it's low bandwidth. We want you to be able to be on an edge connection and be able to listen if you want.
But think about this. If you guys are out on the road while we're doing these live broadcasts or something like that, plug it in on your phone. If you're at work, just pop in an earplug and you can listen live through our audio stream.
And we want to hear your feedback because it's still all in the early stages. Probably going to be changes. Some URLs might change, so don't lock anything in yet. But bang on it when you're out on the road. We specifically want to hear from cell phone users if possible, but anybody at your desktop, whatever you like, we'd love to hear your feedback. Send that to me, chris@jupiterbroadcasting.com.
You better start checking your email.
Or put it in comments somewhere. I always read those on the shows. All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of Jupiter at Night, and feel free to throw your review.
Can I plug tomorrow real quick?
Yeah,
we don't know what we're doing yet, but it's your birthday.
Oh, J-Man.
I think you're turning 21 finally, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go out and get drunk.
I can finally drink. So now we can release all those beers tasties.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody sent in a suggestion that we should start incorporating elements of Beer is Tasty into Jupiter at Night, like start out an episode and be like, good evening, I'm Chris, I'm Jeremy. We're drinking
tonight. We're drinking this. We'll tell you how we think about it later, but tonight we're going to talk about bleh.
Maybe we should do that tomorrow night, because I've got some, I
have terrible news for you.
Oh, no.
I can't drink beer on the bacon diet.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And Alan doesn't like beer.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. Tune in for a birthday extravaganza.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of Jupiter at Night, and we'll see you tomorrow.